Coming up on the Daily O, how a community is remembering a tragedy that happened 25 years ago.
And severe winter weather blanketed the state. We have a look at the impact. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Reagan Downs.
And I'm Addison McBride. We're glad you're with us. Today, Oklahoma State University pauses to remember a tragedy that shook the entire community.
It's been 25 years since the death of 10 students who lost their lives in a devastating plane crash.
As we mark the 25th anniversary, we will now take a moment of silence to remember their legacy. We will learn more about the history of this event from Grayson Buchanan in the Sports Corner here shortly.
Oklahoma saw its first major winter storm of the season this past weekend, bringing heavy snow, icy roads, and cold temperatures across much of the state. The storm hit Friday night and continued into Saturday, leaving several inches of snow in northern and central Oklahoma. Oklahoma Highway Patrol released the numbers today, showing a total of 342 collisions, with 52 of those resulting in injury. Power outages were reported in some areas, and residents were urged to stay off roads when possible. Here in Stillwater, emergency management worked around the clock to help keep conditions in check.
Many students here at OSU, including us, were shocked yesterday afternoon expecting classes to be canceled for today, but instead were informed of a late start. The university announced classes to start at 10:30 with campus offices opening at 10. Students and parents took to social media expressing shock, with many saying they were confused due to other surrounding schools canceling. We've reached out to university officials for a statement as to why a delayed start, and they released the following statement, attributing it to consulting key leaders across the university.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt is weighing in on the Trump administration's handling of unrest in Minnesota following a fatal shooting involving an ICE agent. Stitt urged states to have greater control over federal operations within their borders, saying local leaders are best positioned to ensure public safety. He also says the president needs to define the endgame of his immigration crackdown. He noted that recent events showed the risks of federal actions being rolled out without adequate coordination with state and local officials. Stitt's comments come in national debate over ICE enforcement tactics and the safety of communities across the country.
The moment Red Dirt fans have been waiting for is finally here. This year's Calf Fry headliners have been announced. Between April 30th and May 2nd, we will see Josh Malloy, an Oklahoma native who got his start while attending OSU, Flatland Calvary, who has racked up 6 #1 singles on Texas country radio, and finally, Charles Wesley Godwin, an artist who has performed at festivals like Stagecoach. The rest of the acts are set to be shared in the upcoming months, but tickets are on sale now.
It was a little bit warmer today here in Stillwater, but will that continue? Mason Huffner shows us what we can expect tonight. Mason?
Yeah, Reagan, I think warm is a little bit of a stretch. I had to bust out the fleece-lined sweatpants today. As of right now, it is 36, feels like 33. We have about a 3-mile-per-hour wind coming from the south. And hey, it's sunny, so that reflection's coming right at you in the eyes. Now let's take a look at the west side of campus and see what we're looking at, see why we should have had classes canceled today. They were delayed, and you can see that ice and snow out there. It could melt, should melt, but then it could just refreeze over. So you still got to be careful out there. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mason. When we return, a special look inside the drama on the Strip. We'll show you what led to it all.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
After a social media firestorm led to a boycott, two of the most iconic bars on the Strip are closing.
The Daily O's Tyler Chipote is out to investigate what led to the closure.
Here at Willie's Saloon, the doors are open and ready for business, but up the street at Murphy's and down the Strip at Outlaws, the same cannot be said. A social media post on the bar's Instagram earlier this month shocked many students as it announced the closure of both bars. However, for the bars, the writing has been on the wall for a while.
It's devastating. I mean, this is the last thing that any of us wanted.
Following a months-long boycott on social media, Lauren Owen and her fiancé Ryan Cummings made the decision to shut the doors of Outlaws and J.R. Murphy's. The decision comes amid scrutiny and backlash from the community. Owen says dealing with it has been tough all around.
It's difficult. It's very difficult because it wasn't just an assault on the bars that he was very proud of and has put a lot of effort into. It's very personal.
The assault that Owen is referencing stems from a series of posts from OSU alumni and social media personality Keaton Hargett, better known by his handle OK State Props. Hargett says the problems began after a football game.
Where I walked in and they had wands like to scan you and everything. They raised the prices. It was cashless, and I'd known the previous owner, and I just asked what was up. And I don't know, the staff was weird, and it was directly following the Baylor game. So like I walked, as soon as the Baylor game ended, I walked directly to the Strip, walked into Willie's, and it was dead. And I was like, how do you have Willie's Saloon dead after a football game? And I took a photo of it, and I was just like, this new ownership's going to kill this bar.
Following that post, Hargett says a message was sent to an employee group chat banning him from Willie's, Outlaws, and Murphy's. That message led him to fire back publicly.
I just did the minimal amount of research to find the new owner. Had just gotten out of prison for embezzling. And that's all I really posted initially. And it caught so much fire because I guess the people were already fed up with it and they were kind of looking for someone to lead that charge.
But Owen says that statement is false, as she is not an owner. She also added that many of the changes, like the cashless system and added security, were made by Ryan to ensure the safety and convenience of staff and students. However, she attributes the price increases to the cost of doing business properly.
I will say that during the time period that Ryan has been in operation, tax has been charged and collected correctly, where previously it may not have been what it needed to be. Those were the only price changes that happened.
On the other side, Hargett says the situation is actually reversed.
However, when it comes to the taxes, I mean, it's plain and simple. You know, Ryan, who's Cheryl's brother, came in and took it over in June, and then he didn't pay taxes, which resulted in Cheryl having to pay all those back taxes, honestly.
But with no physical evidence to prove either side, what really led to the bar's closure was a failure to communicate.
It's a significant loss because the right questions weren't being asked.
Like I never really got like a fair shot to talk to them or anything, and everything was just crumbling so fast.
That communication lapse fueled the boycott that eventually killed the bars and left students feeling robbed.
It just means one less place that I'll never get to hang out at again.
While the doors remain closed for now, the Daily Oak Collegian can confirm through 3 independent sources that negotiations are ongoing for a sale of both bars with plans to reopen them. When and how that will happen remains to be seen. For now, reporting from the Strip, Tyler Tripodi, the Daily O.
Thanks for that, Tyler. It looks like the cold might not be gone just yet. Let's check in with Mason, who's taking a look at our radar for the next few days. Mason?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Reagan. If you take a look at the radar, here you can see that we're going to have some cloud coverage coming in this way, and that's exactly right. You know, it's going to be cold, it's going to be cloudy, and then moving on to the next day, it's more of the same. We got cloud coverage shifting downward, and it's not going to be very warm. And then looking at Thursday, we have a little bit more of the same. It's going to be a little bit more cloudy, about a 10% chance of precipitation here, but that's about all we got. Now, here's what you need to look out for. Taking a look at it right here, the cold is sticking around. It's not going anywhere. Like we just talked about, we got some cloud coverage coming in, and then once again on Thursday, it is possible precipitation coming in. So these are the things that you need to look out for. Back to you guys at the desk.
We'll be on the lookout, Mason. When we return, the snow may be gone for now, but will it come back around?
And a day of remembrance and a warning for future generations. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Just days after a major winter storm hit most of the country, another powerful system is already moving in. The new storm is bringing more heavy snow, ice, and dangerous cold from the plains to the East Coast. With tens of millions under winter weather alerts, Arctic air is once again driving wind chills below zero in some areas, raising concerns about travel and power demand. Forecasters say conditions should slowly improve later this week, but warn that hazardous travel and bitter cold could linger.
The world is pausing today to mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day, honoring the 6 million Jews and millions of others murdered by Nazi Germany. Here in Oklahoma, educators, Jewish communities, and museums are using the day to reflect and teach, emphasizing the importance of remembering history and recognizing modern-day hate. Local leaders say remembrance is especially important as anti-Semitism and Holocaust denial continue to rise nationally and worldwide. The day serves as both a memorial and a warning, calling on future generations to stand against hatred and extremism.
President Donald Trump is shaking up his Minnesota campaign after backlash and a second fatal shooting tied to political tensions. The move comes amid safety concerns and criticism of the campaign's organization and rhetoric in the state. The latest deadly shooting has heightened fears about the escalating political violence. As investigators continue to look for answers, Trump's campaign says the changes will strengthen operations, as officials nationwide call for calmer political discourse ahead of the election.
Continuing with political tensions, a federal judge is warning the Trump administration to follow the law or face consequences. The judge threatened to hold the acting ICE director in contempt, saying the agency ignored a court order blocking certain enforcement actions. The court says ICE continued operations despite clear legal restrictions, raising questions about executive compliance. The administration insists ICE is acting lawfully, but the judge warned sanctions could follow if the violation continues. The dispute comes as immigration remains a major point of tension, playing out both in campaign rhetoric and in federal court.
Following outrage over the Minneapolis shooting involving ICE, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced a review of TikTok after users claimed content about ICE was censored over the weekend. Creators reported videos about the shooting and immigration had 0 views or were blocked. Newsom wants to see if TikTok violated California law by suppressing posts critical of Trump or ICE. TikTok says the problems were caused by a data center outage, not political censorship, and is working to restore normal service. The issue comes just days after TikTok finalized a split of its U.S. operations into new American ownership, a move backed by the Trump administration, which has fueled suspicion about political influence on content.
We continue to remember and honor those of the OSU families from Remember the 10. Grayson Buchanan is in the Sports Center with more right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but if not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well, it was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Grayson Buchanan. While you're here, let's get into some sports. Like mentioned earlier, today marks the 25th anniversary of Remember the 10. The day in memorial honors the 10 loved ones of Friends of Oklahoma State University who passed away in a plane crash on January 27, 2001. The tragedy took place just hours after an OSU men's basketball game in Colorado on the way home. Oklahoma State made a promise to always remember those lost that night. Each January 27th, Cowboy fans across the country come to Stillwater to place flowers at the memorial and pay respects. The library bells toll 10 times and a moment of silence is observed as the names of those lost is read aloud prior to the Cowboy basketball game. And speaking of that game, it actually took place on Saturday. And while the score might not have gone in the folks' favor, for head coach Steve Lutz, the game was more about than just points and wins and losses.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into the game, I think we have to make sure that we understand the big picture here. And as competitors, we want to win every game. But today, was the Remember the 10 game. And that's the most important thing. We lost 10 members of our family 25 years ago, and they'll never be forgotten. And so we've got to make sure that we uphold their legacy each and every day that we're here. And we have to take an account for all of our blessings, because we're blessed to be here and be at this university and play for this university. So I'm disappointed, obviously, that we didn't win for the Remember the 10 game, but I'm just thankful that we were able to have, the families back and be able to, recognize them and be around them, because, again, that's the theme of the day and the most important thing for the day.
While school is back in session today for us, for Cowboy tennis, its doubleheader has been canceled due to weather conditions. Pokes were scheduled to take on UT Arlington and Oral Roberts today in Stillwater. And honestly, it might have been a blessing in disguise for those two schools, because the Cowboys are coming off their best start since 2003. OSU has netted the most team points through the first 3 matches of a season with 21. The Cowboys will be looking to ride that momentum into Friday as they hit the road to take on Princeton. And speaking of momentum, Cowgirl tennis also has been off to a hot start in their spring slate. The number 10 ranked Cowgirls swept 21st ranked Texas Tech 4-0 on Saturday in Lubbock. This win improves the Cowgirls' record to 2-0 and punches their ticket to compete in the ITA Indoor National Championship in Chicago, Illinois. OSU is looking to bring back some hardware from this tournament like they did in 2024 for the first time in program history. But for now, the Cowgirls are hoping to keep their perfect season alive this Friday as they take on Auburn inside the Greenwood Tennis Center. Well, that's all we have from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. While I might have stayed inside for the winter storm, not every student did. Addison and Reagan have what's happening on campus right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
As we approach awards season, one blockbuster film has received a record-breaking amount of Oscar nominations. Lizzie Hoisington has the news on that in your A-List update. Lizzie?
Yes, Addison. Oscar nominations were announced last week, and one movie is up for all the gold. Sinners, a Southern Gothic movie about vampires in the 1930s, took the box office by storm last April, raking in $368 million worldwide. The film received 16 nominations, beating the previous record of 14 set by La La Land in 2016, making it the most nominated movie in Oscar history. Some of the nominations include Best Director for Ryan Coogler, Best Screenplay, Best Picture, and Best Actor and a lead role for Michael B. Jordan. Sinners will be up against the likes of Marty Supreme and Begonia when the 98th Academy Award takes place in March.
We've been talking a lot about the winter weather this past weekend, but not everyone was cooped up inside. Students took matters into their own hands with a huge snowball fight on library lawn. The event took place in the middle of the lawn with both sides duking it out in an all-out brawl. Hundreds of students attended to participate, and even more people just showed up to watch this fun-filled event take place. There were individuals handing out free items such as snacks and energy drinks, and there even was a live DJ out there for some tunes.
If you haven't started planning what you're doing for spring break, today is the day. It's National Plan for Vacation Day. Observed on the last Tuesday in January, the day encourages people to start planning time off. Experts say planning ahead can help reduce stress, improve mental health, and keep students on track during a busy semester. So whether it's a beach getaway, a road trip, or just a few days to relax, today is the perfect reminder to book some well-deserved time off.
Well, before we go, let's check in with Mason for our 7-day forecast. Mason?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Starting with tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 39 and a low of 32. And then heading into Thursday, it's going to be a high of 36 and a low of 11. Then looking at the rest of your week here, it's going to be cold and cloudy for the rest of your week. And guys, I heard it's National Plan a Vacation Day. What's that about? Tell me more about that.
That's right, Mason. It is. And based off that cold and cloudy weather you've been talking about, I'm planning my vacation somewhere warm and tropical. What about you guys?
I just hope it's somewhere magical.
Magical? That is insane because I'm actually planning a trip to Epcot right now. So
that sounds so fun.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Magical.
Well, how about that?
Well, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for what's happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Addison McBride.
And I'm Reagan Downs. Have a great night, everyone.
And our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. And the webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.